G'day guys, and welcome back to episode 12. Today I've got something special for you. It is the little side alleyway up beside the Roxy Theatre. In the real Movie World Park, this is just a sort of fake facade where the Batmobile sits, where you can get pictures in front of it with obviously Batman and Robin, and sometimes Joker and Harley like to take it over. But I thought that with this build I'd expand on it, as if Movie World decided to upgrade it and make it look a little bit more realistic in the way that it's presented. So all I'm doing here is you'll see me muck around a little bit. I've gone back to my just quick edit formulas of editing, so getting it down from, this is about an hour and a half build, so that'll get it down to maybe 11 minutes or so if I'm correct. So with the Studios pack, we got all of these pieces. I'm pretty sure it was with the Studios pack of fake facade pieces, which are designed to make buildings from a distance look like actual buildings instead of having to really build it out. So if used correctly, you can make something look really nice. Or that was the theory when I first started this out, of looking down an alleyway and seeing buildings and such set up down the street. So you'll see here I build this up to make it just fit into the alleyway bigger. You'll see that I build this really big, and then as with all my other buildings I shrink it right down. So the kind of principle of this is the same as what Disney uses, where Disney uses with their castle and their buildings to make their buildings look a lot bigger. Obviously you start off at ground level really big, and then as you go up pieces get smaller and smaller. Well, same principle for here, but it's with the depth. So the back wall panel there obviously has the fake picture street on it, and then these buildings are just designed to make it pop a little bit but then not be fully realistic. So you'll see I keep going back to that angle from the edge of the street, and that's where I pretty much base my eye level of the guests for at. You'll see me mucking around a lot with the sizes and stuff like that, trying to work out how to fit this down there. I did want to just do a small simple background. I was just going to put that picture there with it, just with a fence in front of it to make it look kind of nice. And then I don't know, I just kept designing and kept building and started to build it out. They have this fake sort of train bridge thing which I've rebuilt there over the street, that with the perspective and the angle of it, when you do stand at the edge of the street, it does feel like you are looking down the street at this. So here's me putting the fence there. This is so you don't see the cars in the picture, and it just looks a little bit more believable, as if the street continues on the other side. So here I'm just building my back wall. This is what I'll sit behind and obviously have, well, as close as I could get to blue sky. Trying to match the top of that picture, but yes, it's very hard to do. So what you'll see me do eventually is I'll get a power cable which will run from this building right there in front of us all the way back over to the Roxy Theatre, and that will sit right at the eye line level of where the top of that billboard is, and you'll see it works really well when you stand back and watch. So yeah, so here it's just trying to match. The only part that I really don't have much fondness is as you can see, the buildings get cut off right at the top of the picture, which means you've either got to cover it or find a way to make the buildings look sort of real. Also, the other problem is that when sunlight hits these buildings straight on, because they're like have a shiny texture on the front, you can't see anything on them. It's really hard to see. So here I was just going to do flat buildings, but then I realized that the more I build it out, the more I enjoyed like how it looked from that side of the building. So you'll see I just continue building that out, put a bit of blue sky. I know this isn't how the actual movie park, how the actual street is, at Movie World, but I kind of just want to do some little tweaks and stuff like that. Plus, I didn't really anticipate, I did talk about it in a previous episode, of the way I've built Superman Escape is the show building itself is really long, and when I first started off on Main Street I did a basic obviously off camera size evaluation running down the street, just to see my sizing, and I realised that some of the buildings can be a little bit bigger just for Main Street, where I was trying to shrink down Main Street. But the other problem I'm having is the canopy that runs along the roof. I did do a test with just a white piece of I can't remember what them pieces are called, but just filled it all in, made it look all nice, and it doesn't have that transparency that obviously the real thing has. So that might be something that I either look into later or just not have eventually. So you'll see, just getting back to the video, sorry, I forgot how long it took me to muck around with that. So my advice when I'm building is I like to do stuff, get frustrated with it, come back to it later, because you'll find that if you spend too much time on just one piece, I find I waste a lot of time, and that's a lot of like fun build time that you don't want this game to be a chore. Like, it shouldn't be. It is tedious, it is hard to build some of these things, but like, you should really have a go at it. Like, just take a step away, even if you have to just step away from your computer for a little bit, come back, and then I guarantee that the creativity this game allows you to have is like insane. I love it. So what I really should have done at the start here is I didn't build the building on the other side of the street. Now you'll see me do it up here soon, where I pretty much just have it as just a placeholder really. I just pick whatever random piece and put it along there, just to simulate the sizing wise, because you could go really big, could go really small. Here's another thing that I use to see how the street lights are close together, but then when it comes out on the street, they're wider apart. So you'll know when you get to obviously have a go at looking in this park, that when you stand at the edge of that street and look down, the lights all are curving into each other slowly. So obviously lighting in this park also is a bit hard to do with how things are built in this game. The shiny surfaces don't help. I don't really think I'm going to go for a nighttime sort of picture. The parks are only usually open for special events in the real park. So as I said before, the way I build buildings in this park is build them as big as you can and then shrink down. I really enjoy that with my bigger pieces as well, like my big rides that I've built. I really have fun getting them down to 4,000 pieces. So I build them as big as I can. Superman Escape, I remember I had it at 10,000 pieces the first time I built it, and then it was just an elimination process of just cutting things back, compacting things, having things fit into other parts of the ride on the other side that people don't really get to see, but then can be used when the ride goes around that corner. Just stuff like that. I'll show you when we go back to the Superman Escape. I'll do a proper talk of how I thought I could achieve that. So now this is just creating the depth of the heights of the building. So you'll see me playing around with it. So now this will just be me shrinking the alleyway. So I realized that trying to find that perfect size was what I needed, and then obviously the cable, you'll see the cable covers that nice little block there. I might eventually just delete that blue wall behind it, but yeah, still undecided at this point. So this is just how it is. I don't think you can access down that area. I'm not sure. I've never really walked down that end. I'm pretty sure it's just a staff exit and entrance back there, so I might just put one of them buildings in back behind there so staff still access it. So you'll see me here just trying to resize stuff with lighting, because lighting does help with, it's pretty much just building up around making things look like it is a real alleyway. So these pieces were really fun just to try and get nice. So there you go, you'll see your proper size in there, cutting off that top piece. So then now it's just tweaking really, having fun, checking levels, and then now the easy part, filling it in with random stuff to make it look lived in, make it look. This is something that guests really wouldn't get to go down and take a picture in front of. You obviously get to take a picture in front of the start of the alleyway, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I did see a comment last asking how I do the paving pieces together and stuff like that. You just need to select the grid settings in the paving. I'll also reply to that comment to, obviously, see here you'll see me using the grid settings there. And then it was just pretty much just deciding what I was going to put in the alleyway. So see, this is what I mean, how when you put a car there, the alleyway loses its illusion. So you kind of have to avoid having that eyeline sight. Still deciding. I'd love to, like, if you guys let me know what you think would look cool in that alleyway. I just thought a police car blocking it off was the best thing. I probably will just put a red banner across it when we jump onto the next building. But yeah, just doing a little bit of finishing lighting now, and then yeah, this was the fun part, was me trying to find a nice screenshot of the building, and then obviously trying to get the sun. So let me know what you guys think of it. Let me know what you think of the canopy system. Should we just leave it without a roof on it, just play it that way? But as always, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Check out one of these videos, and yeah, have a great day.